Mr. Beast has struck yet again. A couple years ago, he started a really ambitious project called Team Trees, where he tried to plant 20 million trees, and he completely went beyond that limit. It was like 23 million or something like that. Super cool. I planted a couple trees. We have 4 apple trees that we planted. Super cool. He would have donated to Team Trees in order to help them with their project. Now he's starting a really ambitious project, a little more ambitious than Team Trees, called teamseas, where he plans to remove 30 million pounds of trash from the ocean. That's super cool, because we have, it was either 20 or 200 million tons of trash. So that takes out a pretty big chunk. It's not all of it, because some of it is super deep in the water, but it'll still make a really big difference with water quality, air quality, food quality, quality of the ocean. But I did live near some beaches for a lot of my life. Now, every once in a while, there were trash around the beach, and kind of when we went on a trip, but when we left, we tried to pick up some other trash left behind by some other people. Now, some of these beaches were super clean, but some of these beaches were really dirty. The beaches that were really clean had birds everywhere. You could see fish. The water was clear. You could see stuff like lionfish, sea snakes. It was super cool. But the beaches with a bunch of trash had jagged currents. You could barely see in front of you. I almost walked into a box jellyfish, which was in that area one of the most dangerous jellyfish of all time, just because everything was so mucky. Now, the dirtiest beach that I've been to was called Beach Naha. I went there twice for Boy Scout campouts for something called the Klondike. Typically you do Klondike on snow, but we lived in Okinawa, so you could only use the sand, and we just ran along the beach with the little sleds. Enough about that. It was one of the dirtiest beaches I've ever seen, besides the one that Mr. Beast cleaned up in his video. And what the scouts would do, before they left for the year, we would make a giant patrol line. So everybody would go in a line, and then we would just walk along the whole edge of the beach. We got like 10 whole trash bags of trash. That was a lot of trash. We would have to go over it a couple times. It took a couple hours, but eventually the beach looked a lot better after we were done. Then we left. Next year we come back. There's trash on the beach just because there's trash in the ocean. So we would have to clean it up again. All good. Now, the reason trash keeps coming from the ocean, I'm not the most educated, but I'm sure you guys already know that there are giant trash islands. I've known for a while, but I didn't know there was 5 giant trash islands along the world that you can see in the ocean through a satellite. That's kind of a problem. Now, while 30 million pounds of trash is super cool throughout lakes, rivers, oceans, and beaches, there's still tons of trash on those islands. If we could find a way to collect up all that trash from the islands, that would free lots of light to go back down into the ocean for stuff like plankton, anemones, seaweed, fish. Photosynthesis would happen, which means more oxygen goes up into the atmosphere. Because, not a surprise, trash is light pollutant, especially in water. Light can't go through much trash. It can go through plastic, but it still messes it up. Let alone all the chemicals from the trash being released, killing fish, and then when we eat it. Since Naha Beach, I've moved away from Okinawa and back to the middle of the States. What can you do if you live in the middle of the States and you want to contribute to teamseas? Well, $10, you can donate it, okay? It's nothing much. I'll do the same. I'll put a link in the description because I don't think I can set it up to where you can press the donate button right below the video, so you'll have to go through all that. teamseas, you donate $1, 1 pound of trash that's taken out of the ocean. They have like giant robots that's super cool that flows down the rivers. Very nice. I'm really glad that teamseas is starting because the oceans are really cool. And it is a shame that trash is in there. Thank you all for watching. teamseas, bye-bye.